Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kodash. It's in double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you, Akim, out there pushing the word sincerity and truth. It's the brother Ariella. And just real quick, I just want to do a quick Hebrew plural form lesson. Just because I see this a lot on the comment boards when brothers are saluting each other, or maybe want to salute the elders, and when they want to make it plural, they're putting Ahchs and Zaqans, which is an indicator that that person hasn't really studied the Hebrew, or they they may be young, but I'm not putting nobody out there. I have seen even people that have GMS on their name do that, and so hey, maybe you need to brush up real quick. One of the best places to go, if you're not in the camps or wherever like that, and you're studying, you want to learn more Hebrew, is this page here, GMS Lashawan Kadash. You're going to be able to have a full gambit of videos that, us here in the Dallas camp that we learned, from the apostles and the elders. And then you go and do your independent studies, and you get into the Hebrew. I'm not saying you're going to be just absolutely fluent, but if you go through these, you take notes and you study, you'll be on a level to read the Hebrew. You'll be on a level to understand basic things in the Hebrew and navigate. That way you can be on point. So just a real quick refresher. Now, for men that are in the camps, if you have a small camp, heads of camp, second in command should be, teaching basic Hebrew classes or basic quizzes throughout the weeks. If you have larger camps, you should have your officers, should be teaching the Hebrew and doing basic things like that. Even now here in the Dallas camp, we man, some of those younger brothers, they so good in the Hebrew, they better than me in the Hebrew. Them brothers are bad. So certain brothers, they have the gift of tongue and languages, and so it comes to them. And you tend to put those brothers in a place to where they can edify and utilize the gift that Yahweh Shem Shai gave them. So once again, you type in Lashawan Kodash. That's all I did. I typed in Lashawan Kodash here in the search engine on YouTube, and immediately this page pulled up, GMS Lashawan Kodash, and it's just got all the tons of videos and stuff like that for brothers to kind of get a refresher on Hebrew overall. Now, one of the things I want to quickly address is when you do go to the Hebrew booklet, when we're talking about the plural form of words, it says to form the feminine of adjectives, adha, such and such and such and such, talking about the way you utilize the word tawab. Right here to point, it says to form the plural masculine, add yam. Okay, the ya and the ma. All right, it says to form the plural feminine, you add wath, right? The wa and the ta. And just to get a couple of examples, let's go and look up the word brothers, because we see people put ox on there, and that's not how you do the plural form of the word, okay? That's not how you do that. So I pulled up Numbers 27:10. I typed in brethren, or brothers. It says, and if he have, Numbers 27:10, and if he have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance then to his somebody else. All right. So, but the point that I wanted to lock in on is this word brethren or brothers or and then as we see, it's the ah, cha, ya, ma. Remember, to make a word plural in the masculine, brothers, obviously that's masculine, you have the word ak, yum, akyum. Okay, that's how you say brothers. That's how you make it plural. All right, to say a brother, you just say ak. Brothers, ach yam, achim, right? You have the ya and the ma at the end. Okay. Now, in contrast, what if you wanted to say sisters, right? So once again, I just typed in sisters and then just chose random scripture. This happens to be Joshua 2:13, and that ye will save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sisters and all that they have to deliver our lives from death. And as you go through this scripture and you're reading it, right, you get to the word sisters, my sisters, actually, when you read this, okay, you see the word, the a, kha, wa, ta, ya, akwathya. All right. So because it's feminine, being sisters, right? You add the wa and the ta, right? The wa and the ta make it akhwath. Akhwath is how you say sisters. Okay. With the ya at the end, that as the possessive. Okay. So you go back to the Hebrew booklet and you just scroll down. I believe, yeah, the possessive adjectives, right? You say my, masculine or feminine. At the end, you add the ya, the yod. Okay. So it's not Ahchs. Okay, it's Akyam for the brothers, Akhwath, sisters. Okay, and so going into that, you go into that and you add that all that in there. Okay, all right, and so in the main way we expound on why this is important is even when you read in the Hebrew, sometimes you can catch certain things. And one of the most popular examples that the apostles will use is that word for God's, right? For God. And God said, and you notice it says let us, like it's plural. Why? Because you go into the Hebrew, that word for God, right? It's actually the plural form, right? Yama. Yam at the end of the word. Alahayam. Alahayam. Right? And when they will say Elohim, but the way we say it in the Paleo Hebrew, Alahayam. See that? So when you want to make something plural, you add the ya and the ma at the end. Okay? That's how you do that. Now, if it's feminine, let me see if I can find it. If it's feminine, you add wath. Wa and the ta. Okay? So this website here, just for anybody who's looking, scriptureforall.org. When you get a Hebrew interlinear Bible, my blue letter was tripping, so I just went to this one and just wanted to pull it up and go over that real briefly. Nothing crazy. That brothers, you saluting each other and everything like that. Go and study these videos so you can start to learn, the certain pronunciation and meanings of things. That way, when you're reading it, it's not just completely catching you off guard, so you can have a more full understanding. Okay? Because that's the one thing. He's like, hey, Shalom Zaqans. No, it'd be Shalom Zaqanyum. Zaqanyum. Or Shalom Ahchs. No, Akyam. Akyam. Okay? So just make sure you kind of just getting in on that. Okay? So yeah, I just want to do that real quick and make that point. All right? Hey, Yabashim Yom Shabashim Krakash Brakatam Shalom.